So, I'd like to welcome people to the very first one-on-one. Yeah, I'll get it like a jingle for this at some point. But, yeah, I'm Ryan, and today I have a guest.
What's up? My name is Austin.
It's my boy. It's my boy! So, this is a project I thought of, like, a few weeks ago. I was like, you know what I really want to do? Because, like, I've been really getting into all this, like, broadcasting kind of stuff. And I'm just like, I want to do, like, one-on-ones with my friends. Because I think you people are interesting. You have interesting stories and how we know each other.
How the fuck did we actually meet?
Well, for one, how long have we known each other?
Grade
7 years?
Since grade 9, yeah, so about 7 years. I can't remember how we met.
I don't remember either. It had to have been, like, through someone else. Because I remember when I first was, like, hanging around with you, I thought you were, like, one of them preps. That you were, like, oh, you're one of those people. And then, like, the more I got to know you, I was like, wait, no, you're one of us. You just look the part, but you're not like them a lot.
I deceived a lot of people in high school.
You were like a chameleon. You could just blend the fuck in whenever you wanted.
Yeah, if I needed to fit into one group, I'd fit into the other group, but I'm like, I don't like that group, so I'm gonna go into this group.
Yeah, fuck, and then, like, eventually I roped you into improv.
Grade 11?
Yeah. Weren't you in grade 10?
No. You tried to get me in grade 10, but I was still in, like, the sports bug.
Oh, yeah.
It was before I started getting into theater more.
Yeah.
And when I was in the sports bug still, it was like I was so busy with that stuff, I couldn't pull myself away.
Yeah, because, like, I also would have been still in that sports bug if I hadn't, like, just gone into improv. I still believe if I kept with football, I could have gone somewhere with it.
I couldn't have because of, the decision of where they wanted to put me was not my strength.
Because where were they planning on throwing you? Because you were, what, a linebacker, DB kind of guy?
Defensive back.
Yeah.
And, defensive end, and I am, as much as I can be a wrecking ball if I want, I'm an offensive guy. Mm-hmm. I'm a receiver or a quarterback. I'm not a fucking defensive back.
Yeah.
I can catch. I have great hands, but I cannot. I almost got a sack once though. First game I ever played, I almost got a sack. But he threw the ball, and then it's like, oh fuck, I can't hit him now.
Yeah. Well, still give it to him, but then they'll call you.
Yeah, and I didn't want to be called because I was a new guy, so I didn't want to be called.
Yeah, no. You always had that little bit of worry, like, if I fucking just blow this dude up, I might get ejected.
And I wanted to. I'm like, you know what? I just might want to blow him up. Just be like, this is what I can do.
To make a statement.
Drop the mic on them.
Yeah, no, like, when I was playing football, like, they threw me everywhere. Like, literally everywhere. Like, my last season, they started me initially on the O-line, but I wanted on defense.
Yeah.
Because I'm a defensive guy, but fucking love defense. It's great. Get to hit people. They threw me at tight end, but they didn't want to throw me the ball, even though they knew I could catch. It's like, no, we just want you to, because we were running offense.
Yeah.
We were just run the ball right down your throat. Maybe throw it every now and then.
It's 'cause back then we actually had, like, our fullback and our halfback were really good.
Yeah.
We had really good runners back then, and they're like, we have decent catchers and good runners.
Like, my last season was in Bantam. I didn't play high school.
Yeah.
Because, like, I fucking hated half the people on the team.
I fucking hated half of them, too.
Oh, God. That was one of the reasons why I didn't play football in high school. Was like, I hate almost all of you people.
It was like
if you were there and a couple others, I would have been fine. But, like, there just wasn't enough.
I was there in grade 10, but, like, I didn't...
wasn't feeling it.
But halfway through my season in grade 10,
You got injured, didn't you?
I got I can't remember his name. He was one of the biggest old linemen we had, and like the one guy
No
you
last
did.
names.
Yeah, I can't even remember his first name.
Call him like
Yeah.
Josh, because there's a billion Joshes.
Yeah. Josh, like he was the biggest, and he was the one guy on the O line. It's like if you went up against and you were a guy like my size, I was not fit for the O line. I was not the size to be on the O line, and they put me on the fucking O line, and it's like, no, this is not a good idea. And they put me up against him, and I just look at this.
They put you at D end?
Yes.
Whoa.
Against this fucking monster.
Fuck.
And I just looked up and I'm like, no. And he drove me back. When he drove me back, I don't know what happened, but like he dislodged my shoulder. And when I relodged it halfway through practice again, it dislodged again.
It's kind of fucked you over for a while.
I still have shoulder problems.
God damn.
Like, I think when you and me really started to become friends was grade 10 English.
Yeah. Yeah, because when we were reading Hamlet, everyone got the copies, the standard copies of just the play. But we got the graphic novel instead.
Because it was the best way to read it.
It was the best way. And like, we were just sitting there in the back. Because we were right at the back of the class.
Oh, I know, that was the best part.
Well, I got people texting me.
So do I.
Just gotta quickly answer. I actually might need to ask Tanner if he can give me and Jackie a lift. Because he's got a new van. Well,
Yeah,
SUV. It's like a shoe.
Schwanky.
It's a shoe. It looks like a shoe.
It does, actually.
I'll answer that in a bit. But yeah, like we were just in the back reading that instead of the play. It's where every time she went to us is like, you're just goofing around.
ASDF movies.
Oh yeah, we were watching the ASDF movies.
Oh fuck, that was.
We bonded over memes, and
Yes,
now we
you
have
did.
a friendship that's almost a decade old.
Fuck. That was when memes were good.
That was when memes were pure. Now it's all politically charged and needs an agenda.
Pepe becomes a symbol for anti-Semitic shit. The fuck? Pepe was never a symbol for anti-Semitic.
Pepe did not deserve this fate. Oh shit, the president's giving his speech.
Oh, the best part.
Yeah, it is a really good part, but we can't watch it because we're doing an interview.
Yes.
But yeah, like, we fucking hit it off in fucking grade 10 English.
And there's grade 11 when we were doing the musical.
Oh, yeah. The wedding. That brought a whole other group into the fold, really.
Oh, fuck.
But, fucking The Wedding Singer. I'm still always gonna say that was the best musical we've ever done.
Oh, I love The Wedding Singer.
'Cause it was just fun.
It was.
It was fun. It was 80s. It was cheese. It was just the right combination of people in the right time, the right place.
It was, I believe, Wedding Singer, like, the next year when we did fucking The Oz. Fuck, I hated that musical.
Oh, everything I heard about the Oz was
I
just
hated it.
awful.
But no, fuck me. When it came to the Wedding Singer is like, this is fantastic. This is great. This is what I want.
This is what I want the musical to be all the time, man. Yeah.
And no.
Yeah. Like, that was the only musical I did, was The Wedding Singer. 'Cause I was like,
We got lucky.
yeah, we did.
The year after we left, they did Legally Blonde.
I fucking wish we got to do Legally Blonde. I'm mad about that.
I heard it was awful.
It was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
Depending on who you ask, I heard it was awful.
Not sure how it was backstage, because backstage, that's where the fun happened. It's where like fucking Liam bringing this like little Commodore fucking television, plops it on, fucking playing Smash Bros in the back in the band room,
playing poker. Fuck me.
We were playing poker as well. Fuck.
Remember, that's how we got Wendell's soul.
Yeah, we did. Fuck. Well, that's how you got it, and then you like gave me half. Oh man, I'm still working that soul collection.
I still haven't given mine. He keeps asking me.
He keeps asking, but he can't get it back.
He asked me if I could give him
binding.
He asked me if I could give him that for grad present. It's like, can my grad present be you're part of my soul? It's like, ugh, I'd love to, bud, but
kind of hoard it off.
It's like I kind of like it. Kind of like holding on to this right now.
He's never gonna get that soul back.
No, he's not.
Not like. I mean, I'm using that sole for the soles of my boots now because those things are ripped apart. But yeah, like, the fucking... Yeah, you started becoming a theater kid after, like... Well, probably midway through grade 11 after your injury and all that.
Oh, I injured myself in grade 10, and I knew I had to switch to something else.
It's like, well, sports are out of the question now.
Sports suck, so I guess... Theater?
There was one sport, though. The sport of champions.
Oh.
Ultimate Frisbee.
Your ass didn't even fucking show up to the finals.
I showed up. I showed up at the
like
finals.
3 hours late.
But I still made it.
It was the worst thing ever. We could not sub. There was 4 people on the field against a team that could sub in, and we almost won our first game.
Jesus Christ. It speaks volumes.
That was shocking. We were like, how are we almost winning this?
And I couldn't play the year after because of the academic reasons. How was that year?
The year was actually really good. Both years were really good.
Yeah.
The first year I liked it a lot more is because we were a lot smaller team.
A little more close-knit. Yeah.
No, we really didn't do anything as a team.
Yeah, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
I swear we need to try the Regina Rec League stuff at some point. If we ever had time.
I mean, it's during the summer, and unless you don't work your job anymore, unless
I have a different job.
Yeah, unless you decide next year not to go back to Ardell and work nights.
I mean, the night shift is all right, and also the fact that we don't have union dues.
Like the night.
So, well, I mean, we're not unionized.
No, we're not.
So I'm clearing like 1,100 on my paychecks.
It is beautiful.
It's a lot of money, but also I don't have dental, so fuck. I still need to get this dealt with. There's someone in Cathedral apparently they can help do it for free actually because it's just like plop done. Or they're like, oh, there's more wrong here. Go see a specialist.
And then it's like, oh no, not the specialist.
That's a lot of money. No.
We Canadians pride ourselves on our free healthcare, but it's not free if you don't have insurance.
It's not free if it's not the hospital.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want dental work done? Fuck up the cash, bud.
Pay out your fucking ass. Yeah. I don't wanna do it.
Yeah, it's kind of brutal. The joys of living in a socialist system.
Oh god.
Yeah, and people want this. There are positives, but other than that, So, what else can I ask you about? What did you do? Actually, I've never asked you. When you were coming out of high school, like those last few days, what was your plan? Your plan of action? And where did it go wrong? No, I'm kidding.
My plan of action
Please, he needs to go out.
So, plan of action outside of high school was, well, my grades sucked. So,
Same.
I don't know if it's a happy thing or a bad thing. But
Except you didn't have to go to summer school to finish high school.
no, I fortunately skimmed by the skin of my ass.
Yeah.
But anyways, it was, I didn't really have a plan. I'm like, I can work right now and just kind of bullshit my way through life for the first part. And at first I was looking at different trades, trying to see where I would be the most comfortable. And then after working my job at MPM for a little bit, I think I worked there for 7-8 months, I realized then it was like, this is not what I want to do. I don't want to be stuck in a trade. And so that's when I'm like, fuck it, go back. I went back to, that's when I said, all right, I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to get higher, I'm going to raise up my grades. And I've applied for university for the Faculty of Arts and the Psychology Department.
Oh, that's Fred. Hi, Fred.
Hello, friend. But yeah, my plan out of high school was survive.
I think that's everyone's plan. That was certainly my plan.
That was the only.
I was in an even rougher position of like, oh, hey, you're not done yet. You gotta go to summer school again to just get your grades and just get that shit done. I think Cody's at the door. Are you at the door, buddy? Yes.
Yeah, but it's like, nope, I forgot. But like after high school, all right, I gotta live, so I need to find a job, and eventually shit will work itself out.
Yeah.
Took a couple years, but eventually shit worked itself out.
So you're going to school sometime soon?
If I get accepted, I will start in the new year in January. I will be going back to school.
All right.
I would have applied sooner and went back to school in the fall, but I'm like, no, I just want to work.
Work, get the money.
Yeah, get the money saved up and then decide to go back to school. And I think I'm looking at it now, I made the right choice. Sure, would it be nice to get out before the rush started, but that would screw a lot of people over, and I'm not about that.
Yeah.
Not about screwing over the guys that work, especially since I want to go back there. And we never really talked about your plan. What do you have? You've had a few years. Do you have any sort of semblance of what you want to kind of go for the rest of your life?
Well, initially out of high school, I had no fucking clue. I had zero idea of what I was doing. Because, like, at that time, I had no drive to do anything. Hell, like, people were worried about me. Like, what I was going to do. And, like, I was worried about me because, like, I felt like I had no, like, real skills or anything. Or just no fucking clue. So, it took a while to, like, even find a job. Like, that was my big problem. Like, I couldn't find a job for the fucking life of me. And then I really felt like last year things turned around for me when I got the job with the brick. When, like, just a fateful text from Blaine, just out of the blue, like, hey, I wouldn't wish this hell upon anyone, but are you still looking for a job? And I was like, yes. He was like, drop a resume off at the brick. And I worked there, ended up working there for 7 months until eventually left. Because I was like, fuck this. But it also gave me time to, like, think of what I want to do. And kind of at this point, I would like to get a trade, but I don't want that to be my career. Like, if I got something in, like, the electrician field or welding or something, I'm not looking at that as my career forever. I'm looking at that as something to get me going, get the ball rolling in the direction I want to go. And I think over this last while, I've really kind of found my niche in this whole broadcasting stuff. And it's something I've actually been interested in for doing a long time. Because, like, you know I'm a sports guy. You're a sports guy.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, I've been a really big into sports commentary and talk radio and all that. Fucking, I'll catch me listening to fucking Rod Peterson, the fucking Sports Cage and anything, and all that on 620 CKRM. But, like, I would love to just be on radio and all that.
What makes me laugh is, like, you have that personality where it's like you could be a fucking soccer announcer. The over-the-top hype. Like, the over-the-top hypeness. No, if you want to, like, get the ball rolling, I hear the best trade, if you don't want to, like, look at it seriously as anything more than just a trade, is get your welding certificate.
Yeah.
Because welders make a fuckload of money.
And there's a lot of need for welders.
Just a fucking job, there's a need for welders.
But yeah, like, even, like, the electrician field, I've always been interested in that.
Yeah.
Like, I guess it kind of comes from my dad, because, like, he was always really good with electrical stuff. And he instead went Navy. Weird.
That, well, you never know. There's
Yeah.
electrical shit you have to work on boats. So.
Yeah, except he was driving the boat.
Yeah. But you know what? I see the idea of sportscaster in you, because it's like, yeah, you have that personality. You have that personality where it's like, you could do it.
Even if it was just, like, not even sportscaster, just being on the radio. Just working the radio. Like, hell, I still listen to radio on my way to work. Sometimes I'm like, I want to hear what Chad and Ballsy are talking about, or what Dolly's talking about, and all that, because, like, those are almost the guys I look up to. Those guys on the Wolf are just on another level compared to, like, everyone else.
They have it.
Because, like, I listen at work, like, we listen to, like, Jack FM or fucking whatever the
Big Dog 927.
Yeah, Big Dog, all that. And just, like, hearing those guys on the radio compared to the Wolf, and it's like night and day almost.
The Wolf, I will admit that
it feels real on the Wolf.
Chad and Ballsy
in the morning. Like, just, like, Dolby and all that. Like, I just really like radio.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of the field I should go for at this point. Because, like, I was humming and hawing over, like, movies and all that. And it's like, yeah, film critic, yeah. But, like, over time, and, like, it's why I wanted to do this podcast and all that. It's because, like, I like just talking about stuff with people. Because, like, it's fun.
Oh, it is. It's fun to have, like, people, especially if they have different opinions about
stuff.
Yeah. And it's like,
if you just have two people that are yes men and just talk about the same thing, have the same opinion, it's not going to be nearly as interesting as, like, people who have various world views on things.
Yeah, like, this person has this opinion, this person has this opinion, you have your opinion, I have my opinion. Sometimes the opinions all meet up, and that's fantastic, but other times, fuck you.
Sometimes we're butting heads. Yeah, fuck you. Exactly. That's what makes it great. Yeah, like, so within your plans for school, like, what exactly are you going for? Go down.
Well, I mean, I've always had the idea that I like helping people. Like, I can fucking talk to people through their problems that I've never dealt with. I can help people with all sorts of fucking problems. Also because I've dealt with a lot of shit myself in my life. So I really want to do just psychology, being a counselor for people. I looked at it after I get my bachelor's. I'm considering going out and doing guidance counseling to get my foot in the door, and because kids are something I can very much help out. And then once I get my master's, then I'll look more into the realm of actual psychology, like having my own psychology.
Be a shrink.
Yeah, being an actual shrink and telling people how that makes them feel for a living. But
pay your dues amounts of money to feel better.
But, it was either that or go into the faculty of science under psychology and go into clinical or behavioral psychology, because behavioral psychology is always something that interested me.
All right, back to where we were. You were talking about being a shrink and all that.
Yeah. Well, I always considered behavioral psychology because it seemed interesting, because it was really the study of how people think. Like, I love the idea of finding out what makes people tick, because then I can use that. Mm-hmm. And also, well, you do that for regular psychology anyways, but it's like you do it on another level. You go further into what makes people tick, what it makes people think. And the reason I wanted to do clinical is because I wanted to learn more about mental disorders, because I wanted to learn more about depression and anxiety issues and all that.
Something a lot of us, I'm pretty sure, both of us have gone through.
They're saying in the next 10 to 15 years, at least 1 in 5 people will have either depression or anxiety. And 1 in 3 people will believe they do. Like 1 in 5 will could be diagnosed with depression and anxiety issues. And 1 in 3 people would believe they have it.
Yeah.
And it's so annoying, those people, because they take away from the people that actually have it.
It's actually pretty harming when you really think about it.
Well, it's like everyone. It's really hard. It's really harming when it's like so harmful, especially when it's like you have someone that has it, but then there's like you have 3 people say that have depression and deal with it on a daily basis, and then you have 6 people that say they do, but they don't actually have it. Then those 3 people get ignored because these 6 people say they have it, but they don't have it. Once they figure it out, it's like, oh, then these 3 people probably don't have it either.
Yeah, it just harms. That's all it does.
It's actually the main reason why
there's such a stigma around it.
Yeah, why that so many people believe that it doesn't, like, depression isn't a real thing. It's just people feeling sad all the time. Well, you gotta have some word for people who feel sad all the time.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
It's like, it's just really fucking pisses me off.
Oh, it does. It pisses me off to a core to, like, listen to people who have fake, like, will tell their stories about it, and it's like, that's not depression.
Like, you're just feeling kind of sad.
Like, you're just, like, I've had days where I can't get out of bed, and, like, it's the most painful thing in the world to even think. That's depression. Not...
It's the days where you wake up and you wish you didn't.
Yeah. And not, I feel sad, so I must be depressed. And those people are just terrible. Anyways, later topic.
But yeah, I definitely see you as a guy who, especially working with kids, as a guidance counselor. You have this appearance to you that just makes you easy to talk to, especially if you're, I don't know, someone who like just doesn't even know you. You feel like you have this aura about you that I could just like walk up to you and just like, hey, almost pour my life story out to you.
I've had so many people pour their life stories out to me. It's like I've met them like 12 minutes ago. It's like literally.
How many of them were intoxicated?
A few were intoxicated, a few were sober. But I remember this one time, this guy came up to me. He's like, "You seem like someone I could talk to about stuff." And then he started to tell me. I won't say this guy's name or anything, but he started to tell me about how his dad beat him when he was a kid and how it traumatized him, and only 3 people know this. And I'm like,
You want a beer?
And I didn't, like, I was sitting there and I was comforting, like, I'm like saying all I can say, but I'm like, I just met this guy and now he's telling me about how his dad beat him. And I'm like, what? No, I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to know about this.
I came here to have a good time, not to be a psychologist now.
And now I'm thinking about your life and all this, and how I feel so bad about it. I'm like, oh, dude, I'm sorry, man. But no, I've been told I have that, like, aura of, hey, I can talk to you about shit, and it's like, you can, it's just, please respect the fact that I have to deal with what you're not telling me.
Yeah. It's really not easy to, like, take in all that.
It's a lot to take in sometimes. And that's why it's like, alright, to be a psychologist, you need to have, because you're gonna hear some fucked shit.
Because, like, yeah. Like, God.
Some of the stories people have are like, I thought my situation was bad.
Like, mine seems like it was fucking rainbows compared to yours.
Kidding.
Like, Jesus.
My childhood seems like it was fantastic, and then yours is like empty pit of despair.
Like, you actually lived in the void for a bit.
I met a guy once that could, like, no matter what, that you could give him like, everything went wrong. Like, from beginning to current, everything just went wrong for this guy. And it's like, you can't give him... It's so hard to give him, like, solid, happy, like, thoughts, because all he had was negative.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
So what one-on-ones get, Ryan?
Yeah. One-on-ones get real. Get to really know about a person.
Yep.
I guess, you know what? It's been about half an hour. I think that'll do it.
Send on a high note.
Yeah, no, right? Fucking real downer right at the end. I swear all of these won't be like this, but, like, the field he's going into, he's got to prepare for this kind of stuff.
Gotta leave him on somewhat of a happy
note. Maybe at some point down the line I'll bring you back on this. We'll talk shop. Talk about fun things like football. Football. See, Riders are doing good. Doing pretty good. Hope they win this weekend.
I can, like, if they can keep on the winning streak, I'm not going to say Grey Cup, but you know what? The playoffs are there.
They can at least make the playoffs.
And that's something we haven't seen in a little bit, so...
A little bit.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Remember when we brought back Kerry Joseph? In the playoffs?
For one game.
For one game. You're there at Tino Sanseri.
We were just completely...
What a mess.
We were so desperate at that point. Like, it was beyond desperate.
That's another level. Fuck. Well, things are looking up.
Things are looking up. Our season's getting brighter. I just hope we can keep it.
Beat the Bombers again.
Just do it again. Because I was watching this thing today. No one has ever won more than 2 Banjo Bowls in a row. And if the Bombers win this year, they break that streak. So Riders had to make it so they can't break that streak. Because the Riders have to be the ones to do it. Because
we break the streak.
Because the Bombers broke our streak last year.
Of like, what, 11 straight?
Yeah, 11 straight Labor Day Classic wins. And they had the Banjo Bowl, but we always had the Labor Day Classic. But last year, we just did not have a team.
Have it. No. Yeah.
This year, of how it's all going, I think we might have a chance.
Might have a chance. We may have a future.
I mean, I always got my...
Brandon Bridge behind Kevin Glenn, and also Vernon Adams. Talk about bringing in Zach Caleros. He's just had a rough time this year.
And I mean, I got my team still, so I got my fallback team still. So as long as if the Riders go out, at least I know that my Patriots will do well.
They didn't do so hot last night.
Listen,
they got smoked. I enjoyed every moment of that.
Listen, they get smoked every so often, but they also win a lot. What team do you cheer for again?
Seahawks. They also win a lot. So we locked down Russell Wilson. Yeah. I got reminded by Facebook recently that there was a post I posted a while ago about like how when the Seahawks brought in Matt Flynn when he was meant to be the future of the franchise, and guess what happened? That was the same year Russell Wilson was drafted.
And Russell Wilson is now the...
Russell Wilson's the guy.
Oh, we lost to the Chiefs?
Yeah, he fucking like...
Fuck, we got smoked by the Chiefs. That's
fucking
depressing.
Smoked, bud.
That's depressing.
Chiefs are not a bad team.
Yeah, but still, it's the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah. Anyways, it's almost been 40 minutes now.
And you know what?
Left it on a high note.
Yes,
man.
we did. That's what I was doing.
It's football.
That's what I was trying to do.
Good job. We did it. We beat the one-on-one.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one. So, thank you for coming on here.
Of course.
And I'll catch you probably next week.
Well, Monday.
So I always see you on Monday.
Tuesday, Wednesday,
Thursday.
And then Friday.
And Fridays.
We see each other too often.
And I think it's time for a split.
Okay.
It's time for a break.
We're not gonna get a break until the end of October.
All right. Thank you for listening. We'll be back at some point for the cold ones, a one-on-one, and of course, a super fun. Good night.